Okay, it says this hangout is on air and live.
Whee!
Yeah, it is.
So with a bit of luck, you have tuned into the Really Woke Show Saturday live with myself, Dolly, and Double. How are you guys?
Good.
Good, thank you.
Yeah. Can we get a sound check? Can everyone in the chat room, if they are in the chat room, if there is anybody watching,
I can't
can
see
they
you.
tell us if they can? Yeah, this is quite interesting. No, I'm there. I can see it. It's
I
there.
can't see it.
There she blows. I'm just going to share it. So we've got 11 people in the chat room right about now. So I want to say hi to Lulu, hi to Michael, hi to Red Eye, David, and Amanda Panda. Good morning. Thank you all for tuning in. So far, I want you in the chat room to tell me if you can hear me. Dolly, if you can speak, and then Double, can you speak? And if the chat room can tell us if they can hear us, well, that'd be awesome.
What? This sounds
top of the morning.
What's our new channel called? Because I'm not on it.
The new channel is called.
It's not.
I'll give everyone a.
Yeah, this isn't going out on the new channel though, is it? This
is
going out.
No.
This is what I'm saying because I can't see you.
No, because we can't go live. We can't
guys,
go live
guys.
No, I can see you now. Yeah.
Guys, can I just make a disclaimer? My daughter's in the chat room, Jessie.
Yay!
She just said she can hear us loud and clear.
Yeah, I see us now.
I miss my little Jessie Wessie. Thanks, babes, for being in the chat room. Jessica's got her wrench, so mind out, everyone in the chat room. My daughter's armed and ready. Loving it. Hi, sweetie. So to everyone else as well in the chat room, Jim Lotus as well, Joe Mama, Finding the Curve, Clive, hi, thanks for tuning in. Anonymous, thanks for tuning in. Pharaoh Farms, hiya, thanks for tuning in. And there goes the little tourist behind me. So as you can tell, I'm not in my normal place where I do this hangout with you guys. I'm out on the road down in Torquay today to come down to the first Globe Live meetup, which is going to be at the Vista Lounge at 6 p.m. later on this evening. I've come down a bit early to enjoy the, as you can see,
horizon.
I tell you what, I saw some good stuff yesterday. I got some nice shots yesterday. I might share them on Instagram later on. So to start this off, just to give everyone a topic of subject, last week, as everyone knows, we aired a hangout called We the People, where we discussed all of the medical attributes to do with cannabis. And unfortunately, about 24 hours later, the content was taken down off of YouTube, and we're not going to be able to get it back up. And we're trying to diversify now, because we obviously understand that we're going down an avenue now where it's like truth is the new hate speech, right, guys?
Yep.
Yeah.
So hence we are here live with you now, and we're going to just see how this goes, because I'm one strike away, guys. One strike away from bye-byes. So that's why we've implored everybody to make sure you subscribe to Dolly's, to Doubles, and to the Really Woke Show's channel as well, because if they take this channel down, we'll have another avenue to bring this to you from. Right, guys? What do you think?
Yeah.
Yeah, because, I mean, they're doing this everywhere at the minute, aren't they?
Yeah.
All over YouTube.
I mean, obviously, it makes sense to go on other platforms, but what other platforms? What other platforms at the moment are as prominent as YouTube?
I have an interesting thing to talk
about. And who owns these platforms?
Right, with that.
Say that again, Double?
I was watching Sean Ross from Central Intelligence Agency, and he's actually brought something to our attention quite interesting about one of the alternative platforms called BitChute.
Yeah, I've heard about that.
Yeah, we've lost Rock.
I've got a couple bits of content on there, you know, on BitChute.
Yeah, well, BitChute, okay. In Newbury, Berkshire, where I used to live, in Newbury, Berkshire, there is well, it's near Newbury in Hermitage. There's the 77th Brigade, which is the it's the Army's cyber brigade, right? They're 5 kilometers away from Bitshoot, which is in Newbury. 77th Brigade was set up in 2005 or something, and Bitshoot was set up 1 year later. Can you hear me?
Just about. Sorry, bruv. Go on, carry on.
You
said Bitshoot was set up a year later?
A year later than the 77th UK British Cyber Brigade type, you know? Who basically, the ones that are effectively searching and trying to destroy our channels and our content, because they don't want the truth being put out there, they are 5 kilometers away from BitChute, who is the alternative to YouTube. And Sean's calling it. He's saying BitChute is it's government. It's nothing. It's not a free thing.
Because I was going to say,
a lot of them are.
What's everyone else's input on that? Does everyone else have an opinion on that? Because I know that some people I myself have got content on there already. However, I kind of felt like BitChute was just 1 degree away from YouTube. If YouTube becomes surplus to requirement, I'm assuming BitTube is going to be the same.
This is what I mean.
Is it called BitTube or BitChute?
BitChute. It's BitChute, isn't it? Oh, I see what you're saying there.
So everyone in the chat room, is anyone in the chat room used BitChute? Has anyone in the chat room got content on BitChute? And does anyone else have information on what the parameters with that are and who, you know, like 007 is saying?
I think you're pretty right, Jim Lotus, mate. I think the government or people associated, affiliated with the government own all of it. We think that we've got these free platforms to go and speak on, and we haven't. It's all being done.
Exactly.
The major platform that it's being done on, i.e., the internet, is the biggest one. It's the biggest original kind of.
That's why they're censoring everywhere.
It was science that started, you know.
Instagram, Google.
CERN started the www. So whatever we do, we're kidding ourselves if we think that we're not being watched and we're not going to be stopped. But this has got something how much they have to allow because of the because of the cabal, because of the karma thing. They have to allow to say something. They have to allow this.
But how much though? How much are we going to be allowed to say before it's?
Well, it's just if when we get near, like we seem to have been doing okay right until we got to this subject.
Yeah.
That directly affects.
Do you not find that quite surprising though, given how socially unaccepted all of the other things we talk about are, that we've got to weed the people? There we've got to that junction and then they've gone, yeah, do you know what? It's a wrap, mate. It's a wrap.
Yeah.
It's what we're talking about.
I mean, we're talking about the shape of the world and then they snipe us for that.
Yeah, but the other subject that we started talking about is affecting a $500 billion a year industry.
Yeah.
So the other things that we're saying, whilst they're attacking science and we're attacking the government, we're attacking the science and stuff. We're not actually going to be taking any money out of anybody's pockets. We're trying to reprogram people, and these people, these fat cats in charge of the pharmaceutical companies, are blinded by the love of the money. This isn't. I don't think this is about trying to stop us from being
To me, they knew this day would come. They knew people would
this
start.
is just about money. This is just about money. This is just about money. This is about affecting an industry worth $500 billion a year, and Google is owned or has interests in the pharmaceutical industry.
Oh yeah, it's all about money. It's $1 billion business, isn't it?
So if we stay away from subjects like that, then we might be all right. But then that just
well, that defeats the object.
Then we're giving in.
Yeah, because people need to talk about these things. But it's like Roxanne, you just said something about somebody where you are having the breakfast and talking about.
Yeah, I was going to say there's some guys, just guys over in but they're still there, you know. There's some guys in the next establishment that I was in before I got to this one, and they were talking about the Rick Simpson treatment. They were talking about someone being literally a cripple the year before, and this other guy was talking to this guy about it, and he was like, mate, that sounds really interesting. He was like, mate, I'm on YouTube, I'm on Facebook all the time, I'm forever posting stuff on Facebook, give me a message, come and see me, I'll get you sorted. And I was like, wow, what really resonated to me was that I was kind of hearing the conversations that were going on around me, and there was like 50% of the conversations were somewhat woke conversations where people were talking about relevant woke stuff. And as I was saying, it's resonating a lot with people in the chat room. People are talking about other platforms being just as difficult to find as this platform. And it does seem to me that people are now in their own lives taking it out to the streets. They're not doing it here. They're having real meaningful conversations out on the road. And these people didn't know each other. They were just two different people sat at different tables. And I think one of the tables overheard one conversation and went, oh, have you heard of it's just a polite little, oh, hello, da-da-da-da-da. A polite interjection, if you can call it that. And I just thought, well, there we go. I'm sitting in the establishment that we're having a globe denier meeting in later on. And there you have some globalist deniers there, having a woke conscious conversation. But before we go on, guys, I just want to give everyone a shout out in the chat room. We've got quite a few people tuned in to us this morning. On my phone, it's telling me 42 people in the chat room just now, so I just want to go through everyone. Jim Lotus, massive shout out to Jim Lotus, Red Eye Jedi, Brian Shuker, Clive Albert. Is it cause I is flat? What are you saying? Lulu Bear, the Astral Thief, thanks so much for tuning in. National Memorial Gardens, big hug to you. I love the glasses, Green.
What's up, man?
Yeah, he's feeling your glasses, man. Let's just have a gander at them glasses, bro. Let's have a look. They look like they've got lenses in, bro. Have they got lenses in?
Do you know what? They don't. It's because my eyes are so sunken because I'm so skinny at the moment that no, they don't have lenses.
Mate, they're cool.
It's just the shadow.
They are.
Eyes.
Nicely done, mate. Nicely done. Nicely done. So there you go, guys. That's Double's new accessory for this morning. So shout out to shout out to National Memorial Gardens for that as well. And moving up the list, JP, thank you so much for tuning in. And Roxanne can't read this morning. Adrelius,
What?
Alkanda. I'm just going to say Alkanda. Thanks for tuning in as well. Okay. Good. Good.
I don't know if they're pronouncing it C or is it male or female?
I don't know.
A male or female name?
Yeah, if you can let us know, that'd be cool. Paul Mira, thanks for tuning in as well. And just making sure. J Taste, Flatball, thank you so much for being with us.
Amanda Panda, Red Eye.
Nikki, yep. Amanda Panda, Lulu Bear, Michael, Baham. Thank you so much for being here with us. Oh, is that further down the list? Sorry, I've not even got down there yet. And my daughter. It's so crazy to see Jessica's name in there as well. Deep inside the rabbit hole, thank you so much for being here with us this morning. It's great to see everyone in the chat room. Cece! Hey, Cece! Aww. Cece, don't get me started. Don't freaking get me started. And the ham as well, for real. For real. Yeah. Tapper 777. Thank you for tuning in, Tapper. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Oh, don't, you know what? I'm going to sound like Cece again. Don't freaking get me started. We've got lots to talk about, guys. Imagine that. So I hope we've done the warm-up. Has everyone got a beverage? Has everyone got something to drink?
I don't have a beverage.
Chat room, do you have something to drink? Would you want to go and get yourself a leche?
I'm going to...
Yeah?
I'm going to...
I
just need to
I need to be more, I broke it.
Meru, thank you so much for being here with us as well. And Pharaoh Farms, I'm looking forward to meeting you later, Pharaoh. This is going to be a good day, man. This is going to be a good day. I'm literally at the venue now. If you guys just look over my shoulder, hold on. Okay, can you see this place here? This place just behind me is where we're meeting up later on, and it's literally right here by the water. Look at that. Isn't that nice? Oh, lovely. It's much better than Grotty London, I'll tell you that much. It did take me a really long time to drive down here yesterday, though. What should have taken me like just under 4 hours was more like a drive to Glasgow. I hit about 3 different sets of roadworks on the way down here, and all of a sudden it was like a 6.5, 7 hour trip. Thanks, Road Network. You really done well there. Done well. So yeah, I was not impressed. I was not impressed, mate. Left my house early afternoon and didn't get here until 7:30, 8 o'clock in the evening. Probably could have cycled quicker, to be fair. So yeah, I wasn't happy about that. But I would implore anyone, if you're within like 6 hours of here, like come on, like go on. Just if you're thinking about doing this, just come.
Yeah, what are you saying? Stop thinking about it. Do it, man.
Look, imagine coming to somewhere like this and not even having to get on a plane. Like, really? I know it doesn't. It's not really doing it justice. Oh, look over there. Someone's on one of them. You know them jet things. You know them jet things.
What jet things are you like?
You know the ones that you. Yeah, someone's in one. What? Can you see it? Look, can you see him?
I can't see it.
No.
Oh look, hold on. Let me. No, you. Listen, all of you that have got big TVs, man. Come on, man. You guys can see him. He's well high now. Don't tell me you can't see that guy.
Yours better than mine.
Look at the guy over there. Can you see him?
I can't see anything.
He's on the jet thing, man. You lot are blind, man. How can you not see the guy?
Your camera's off.
What do you mean my camera's off? My camera's on.
Oh, there it is.
He's there. Look, he's all over the place. Can you not see him?
I can't see him. It's like bloody Iron Man.
Shout me out, man.
Flying about.
Can you see him?
Yeah, the resolution's not letting us see him.
Mate, all I need is one yes from the chat room.
Yep.
Please, everyone in the chat room, tell me you were able to see that guy. Look, here he goes. He's up again. He's up again. Hold on. Let me just... Yeah, maybe you can't see him. Right, just done a backflip. Right, it's all good. Mate, it's all popping off here. People are jet skiing. They're doing water sports. They're all wakeboarding. It is hot down. I'm in a jumper. And I should not have worn a jumper. Everyone's in sundresses and t-shirts. Yeah, I'm all ears, mate. I'm all ears.
He's gone now.
Man says, oi, Rox, and then puts himself on mute. Bruv, you're on mute. Bro, unmute yourself.
He's gone.
Aww.
Yeah, I'd like to say today as well that I had a lady around yesterday when I went on a course.
Oh, good. Hold on. Wait, Dolly, just so I know I'm not crazy, yeah? People were able to see Jetman.
Oh, good.
Certain people, so that's good. Everyone saw Jetman. See, get your wetsuits. If you're within 5, listen, the meetup don't start until 6, and it don't get dark until at least 9 o'clock. There's some cheap establishments down here if you want to get a B&B.
Yeah, I think Tapper was
Ferris wheel over there. There's a whole lot of things to do here, and I'm not going back to London until Monday. So, you know, I've made the most of it. So if you want, please come down here today. We'd love to see you. The meetup starts where I am right now, Visto Lounge, Torbay in Torquay. Is that what I'm supposed to? Torbay in Torquay. Is that the same thing? Is it just, what am I saying? Is Torbay in Torquay or is Torbay not Torquay? What is it?
I don't know. I can't remember.
Bro, I'm here and I don't know. I just went to the postcode. I don't know where this is in the bigger scheme of things. anyone in the chat room knows the answer. Okay, so someone said, yeah, Roxanne, I am in. I'm just trying to work that out. I'm in Torbay, which I think is in Torquay, and I'm at a place called the Visto Lounge. So if you just Google search Visto Lounge, V-I-S-T-O Lounge. I tell a lie, I'm not really there actually. I am there, but I'm not there. So as you can see, there's a sign behind me here that says Visto Lounge, but I'm next door in a place called Las Iguanas.
Las Iguanas?
Las Iguanas. Or Las Gecko. It's nice though, it's nice. In fact, I will say, the girls in here were like, no disrespect to the Visto Lounge, but the girls in here were like way more helpful than everyone in there. They tried to bump me in there. I got a table number. I went to order my drink, and when I got back to the table, someone else had decided to take the table number, go and order themselves some stuff, get their friends to sit down, and I was left like musical chairs without a table. And I was like, that is so not sorry about them. So yeah, that's how it went. So I was just like, I'll go next door, thanks. And I'll be honest, the coffee's way better in here as well. So shout out Visto Lounge. I might be bringing coffee from there later on. Sorry, that was cheeky. So back into the chat room. Sorry, Dolly, you carry on. I didn't mean to cut that there.
Oh no, I was saying, a lady came around yesterday who I was on a course with, and we were just discussing a few things because I actually flat smacked her when I met her. Just did. And Q and Onda as well. And then she watches, and she was saying yesterday that, oh, I've noticed there's a lot of channels being demonetized and this, that, and the other, and your channel got took down. Well, not the video got took down on the We the People. I was like, yeah. And she said, even when you said, you know, when we were discussing about the blackout, she said, I've gone over somewhere and there was electrical blackouts in, where was it, where the electrical blackouts happened in the other countries?
It's supposed to, yeah.
So she said, I was
going to say they've
looking at stuff. I was telling my brother, and he was like, are you mad and all this? But she was saying, it's funny when you start connecting the dots and questioning and everything, how it all adds up, and then you see it all over YouTube. And I said, this is the whole thing with the QAnon is, it is research. Research yourself and question everything. Don't believe what we're all saying. Research yourself. But it's just good that she said that and said, since I've been researching, and said I'll research a bit more this weekend, you can see it all, you know. But she was saying about what's up with all the... Yeah, but she was saying what's up with the demonetization, because I've noticed channels that I watch that are even classed as spiritual, so you wouldn't think there was anything in it, you know, just all... They're getting demonetized because obviously they're saying something. But it's all right for YouTube to put stuff out like people who are just, you know, the stupid ones. Because he said it was uneducational. It's not an educational. YouTube can put whatever content you want on. There's people out there putting thousands of black balls in lakes and then swimming in it. That's uneducational. There's a lot of things with kids and stuff going on there where it's sexualizing, but they'll put that on there, won't they?
There's really, really, really sick, stupid, brainless, idiotic stuff going on.
Look what Logan Paul put on, or Paul Logan, or whatever his stupid name is, when he went in the forest with the guy who committed suicide. We'll put that all over YouTube.
Logan Paul? I'm just saying that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
Logan Paul is educational. Logan Paul is a dickhead, and so's his brother.
Yeah, but what I mean is it doesn't have to be educational. If you're resonating with something that they've said on this spiritual channel, it's uneducational, so we're going to take your video down. It's like there's loads of uneducational, silly videos out there, but they're letting them go. Well, we know why, but...
It's bad. Sorry, guys, I'm just trying to make my phone
ridiculous. Because this hate speech thing, hate speech is free speech. They want to call it hate speech because they don't want you talking about anything. Yeah, Logan is a shill. I believe he's a shill as well. We also, people saw the Flat Earth video we did on that. We all know that.
Yeah, but you know what?
I do think you've got people looking at it anyway as well. So either way,
I said that last night as well, Dolly. Even though he did that,
it will make people go and look.
Yeah, most people still say that they're disgruntled about what he did with the suicides anyway. So it's like everyone missed the beat with him.
He's got that many followers. It might make people think, I want to go and check this out myself, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, hate speech
So,
doesn't exist.
can anyone, guys, I can't, everything's reflecting off of my screen. Can any of you two see the chat room? If you guys could give the chat room a shout out.
I can't.
I can't read it. The sun's shining off of it. Dolls, can you see it, babe?
I can see.
Please.
Jim Lotus.
Because I can see everyone's saying constructive things in the chat room, and I'd love to hear it, but I can't see.
Someone's saying, is it UK truth? Hate speech doesn't exist. What gives YouTube the right to tell us what we watch? YouTube wouldn't be anything without us. Exactly, because you know, YouTube was there so people could put their own, you know, what they like. Like everyone's got different communities. You've got the flat earth community, you've got spiritual community, you've got art community, you've got everything. That's what it was there for. But because you know, that it was for everybody to share what they enjoy talking about.
What we could do is just sort of all realise that perhaps the intentions behind YouTube and all of that were never good. It was never meant to
we know that.
What it is. It was never meant to be what it was sold to us as. So we should just...
Yeah, but the way I look at it in a positive light as they didn't think we were going to use it for what we've been using it for. And that was the biggest mistake they did. Was get us on the internet because now we're all talking. They didn't think, you know, we'd be able to do this because now we're all sharing worldwide and it gets out very quickly.
They thought we'd all be idiots.
Yeah, they did. They thought we were thick.
Like bloody Logan Paul and just fame hungry. You know, what they expected was that we'd all just get so consumed by our own egos that they'd be able to control us and control, you know, because, and that is basically, they've seen that. That is exactly what's happened with the likes of Logan Paul.
Yeah, but it's a bit like the China thing going on. It's face recognition. They're getting ideas off YouTube that you're putting out. People are getting the creative juices sort of like stolen from. They've used it for all sorts of different things that people wouldn't even think about, but we're using it against them now, and they didn't think the worm would turn, but it is, and it has. So that's why they're trying to censor people, because they can see what's going on. So, and on the Q side, if anyone's QAnons, we know this, you know. They got the internet up. They never thought we'd use it against them because they did think they'd just dumb us down with all the stuff, the content that's on here. You know. Yeah,
that's it. And that is well. They managed to dumb a lot of people down.
Yeah, and I've seen people in different. What I find great is I've seen people in different communities. Because there's so many different communities on YouTube. Like I said, there's art communities, there's spiritual communities, there's all sorts of different ones, what everyone's into, gaming, whatever. But all these channels seem to be talking about the same sort of ishy thing that's going on at the minute. They're all dropping conversations into their communities. That's what I can see anyway. And all these communities are getting demonetized as well. Apart from the ones that aren't, I would say are the ones that YouTube want to be on there because, you know,
because they're spreading misinformation.
Yeah, or crappy, dumbed down, crappy stuff that we're not really bothered about. You might as well just go and switch your TV on and go and watch Coronation Street.
The thing is, right, and this is a sad fact. There's some content on YouTube that is. There's no question. It's depraved. It's sexual, depraved, and it's aimed at kids.
Yeah, it's all aimed at
little kids. Kids. You know? They've got these really crazy, disgusting. I can't even remember the names of them, but I've seen it.
Yeah,
and they're aimed at toddlers, like 5, 6, 7-year-olds, and it's sick, depraved shit that's being shown. They don't get taken down. They don't get struck. They've got. You know, how many bloody 100,000 followers? Nothing happens to them because they're doing exactly what they want them to do. They want them to poison the minds
of our kids
and mislead everybody, get everybody.
Yeah. So that's why ages ago they crossed the line, and the line is they crossed the line when they did it because they crossed the line with our children.
You said it. That's exactly where we are right now. And I think that's why we're seeing what's being played out now, because they're for decades, there's been a line that's been crossed by the cabal, by the deep state. These people are sick individuals. and they've been doing sick things for a long time. It's the make-believe mainstream media has been ingrained for a long time. Yeah, the indoctrination has been ingrained for a long time, and I truly feel like what we're living through now is an age of an awakening. We're in the information age as it is. We've moved into the information age, and now people are just about grasping the fact that they can inform themselves. Look at where we are with vaccines. Look where we are with vaccines. We've now got mainstream media, make-believe, telling people that the anti-vaccine movement was started by Russian bots. Imagine that. They're not even willing.
Really?
Not even, yes, really. And do you know what? If I had the tools on me now, I would just get the link for you and show you and let you know that was the case. I think we have done. I haven't. If anyone in the chat room, sorry about that. If anyone in the chat room can remember, we did do a hangout where we did speak about the Russian bots being perpetrated behind the anti-vaccine thing, and it's not. You start talking about the court cases where they've won, and what's it? JFK's, is it nephew?
Oh yeah.
It's not a conspiracy. It's legit, and they're saying, well, anyway, that's a whole nother argument for another time. But I think people are realizing that they can be critical, independent thinkers and look for themselves and not just believe the drab that they're told by mainstream media anymore.
Yeah, because they take it as a given. Everything we're taught at school and off your parents. Where were they taught? We're told what to think. We're brought up with tests and things, so it gets drummed into our brains if this is the right way. When it's just their programming of programming us.
People don't fully appreciate what indoctrination is, do they? They don't realise.
No.
When you say the school is not an education system; it's an indoctrination station.
Yeah, I've told my sister because she works at school, but I don't mean we're not getting at the teachers.
No, it's not.
It's the above, so we're not blaming teachers.
The teachers themselves.
Riley said the same thing, and so many people say the same thing, and I've got it on my banner. All we've got is teachers teaching children what they were taught.
And then we believe it because you walk around, you've been at school, or you've learned this, so yeah, we've learned the same thing. The news, oh, well, it must be true. Everyone's walking around saying the same thing because the news told us, and we were taught at school. They were taught what to say. That's why people who rebel at school, if you rebelled at school and you didn't get it, you were right, because the reason why you didn't get it was because we're going against what is truly us. That isn't what we've been taught is wrong in a way.
Yeah.
You know, it's why history never made sense to me at school. And
never made sense to me at 7 at all.
Me neither. I disliked it immensely.
I disliked. I took geography because history just seemed like an absolute load of tosh. It was a bunch of stupid fairy tale stories that they were telling us. I knew back then that they were fairy tale stories, but that we were being told. I didn't realise quite the extent, but what that really meant.
Yeah. I was too busy chatting in class. That was my report, and looking out the window, looking at the lads play football, because I thought this is boring. It's boring. I don't get it.
It's boring and useless. It was useless information.
What's everyone else?
Why did we need to learn about?
What do people think in chat?
That's what I was going to say. Where's everyone else with this as well? Are we resonating with people? Was everyone else really into history? Was everyone else fully clicked it?
Let's see.
It didn't resonate with me. It really didn't.
I keep cutting out.
Oh, sorry. Did I cut out there, guys?
I don't know if it was you or me.
All right. So if everyone can
I
hear me,
think you're all uneducated. Yeah, it's good to be uneducated.
Yes.
Whatever that name is there.
No,
a lot of people go to university and end up in debt and end up working somewhere else and don't want to work.
I've educated myself. I was indoctrinated at school, and
It's
since
really
school
great,
I've educated myself. I was taught lies at school, and now I've educated myself with real knowledge that they don't give at school. So yeah, school's a big old bag of I was going to swear then.
That person who's just put uneducated, that's more of a what's the word? That's not a bad thing that you're saying that to us. I'd rather be uneducated my way than what the school thank you very much. Yeah,
and I agree with. Is it because I was black? It says, of course, our real history would help us and free us. It would. We would talk of what was going on.
The truth will set you free, as I keep saying.
Yeah,
no matter what it is. No matter what it is.
Yeah.
Oh, and by the way, Ghana, mate. I went to private school. I went to university. I went to college and university. So who's uneducated, mate?
I went to college.
Who's uneducated?
That's just a really uneducated thing to say.
Yeah, that's what Muppets say, isn't it?
Yeah. I've had that before. I had someone come into my chat ages ago, if anyone off my channel remembers. Any proof of history books incorrect? Oh, you need to go and do a bit of QAnon and you might find a lot out there. But I'd just like to say, someone came in and said, you need a degree to talk about what you're talking about. I was like, really? You're going to have a big shock in the future.
Hey, Ghana. You're a goner, mate.
Yeah, you're a goner.
Nice.
Bless.
I'm just trying to turn Double O up. I can't hear you, Double O.
But is that not a given again of, we were taught it at school, therefore we must believe it's real? Not like go and sort of maybe research yourself. Just take it as it is the gospel. You know what I mean? The news is the gospel. You know, it's like, really? When people start looking about, especially outside in the real world, outside your front door, this is why I say, for example, if there's events going on, say, for instance, I will just put this out there for an example, Tommy Robinson. People have been going to those, you know, marches and stuff. They've seen what's really been going on compared to what the news have been saying, like, oh, the violent, the kids were there, this, that, and the other, blah, blah, blah. They would think when they've gone there, hang on a minute, I didn't see that going on. Why have the news reported this? Yeah. So the ones at home sat there watching the news thinking they know it all. It's like, were you there though? You know, like, do a bit of research, get out there, have a look at a few different things.
And also, I think this is quite important. Right? I think this is quite important for people to understand. Me, you, and Roxanne, me, Dolly, and Roxanne, don't agree on everything.
No.
We don't agree on
it. But when I argue,
personally, I'm not in Tommy Robinson's camp, and I personally think that whole thing is something I want to stay away from. I want to stay completely far away from that because
I just use that as an example, though. You know,
Tommy Robinson seems like a really nice guy. He does seem like a really nice guy, and I've watched him. I did actually watch him on Facebook for a good few months, but what he was saying was starting to annoy me. It was starting to piss me off because I've got Muslim family. My grandfather was Muslim, and you know, so I've got a different perspective on this whole Muslim thing.
But he's got friends as well, and I don't believe he was saying it that way.
Well, no, this is the thing as well, right?
But people will take it a different way.
I don't think he's been portrayed properly because he's come across to me as a racist idiot, and I don't think he is. I've spoken to you, and I've opened my mind up to the fact that actually, do you know what? He's not. He's being used. He is being used, and he's going to get killed.
Using it as that.
They're going to sacrifice him. I think he's going to get sacrificed somehow. It's going to be
I think he'll be okay. But I just mean that example of, you know, you can go anywhere of like, because you know the old Antifa, they'll say Antifa's, you know, this group, they've been calling Antifa Tommy's group. Tommy's group isn't Antifa.
No.
I don't know.
Let me put
my 2 cents worth in. Let me put my 2 cents worth in. We've had some booky things going on at Speaker's Corner with some of the guys that Tommy Robinson's been rolling with, yeah?
Yeah.
And to be honest with you, I'll be honest, and this is proof to the chat room how me, Dolly, and Double don't have to agree on everything, but we're still friends. My guess is some of the Tommy Robinson movement has definitely been infiltrated by...
Oh, yeah, of course it has. Because I'm not saying he started off bad, but there's people in that movement who are...
George Soros has probably got
Mate,
in there, man.
And we all know that Antifa, yeah, but we all know that Antifa is Soros.
Yeah, I know.
I'm not being funny. One of the biggest people that was supporting him was Alex Jones, right? Alex Jones has been shouted out as a traitor, but people will like Alex Jones because he spoke about Tommy Robinson, and he also did like Q at the beginning until he dropped off. So all them people that liked it dropped off because they believed everything Alex Jones says.
Yeah, but like Q says, sometimes those that scream the loudest, innit?
Yeah, those that scream the loudest.
One of them, he thought he'd try and flip him free himself.
It's just like those with the dirtiest hands are always the ones pointing fingers.
Yeah.
Well said.
Mirroring everything, yeah.
What's everyone in the chat room's thoughts on that? Because I feel that is definitely almost like a marker for everybody to kind of pay attention to, like a landmark. Because, like I said, the things that were going on at Speaker's Corner recently, one of the guys that rolls with Tommy Robinson was down at Speaker's Corner on his own, and he was literally there, like. What's the word? Like everything he was saying was like a contradiction in terms. It was like he was completely 180'd from what he was saying. Yeah, agitating. That's what it was like. He was just there to agitate. And I just thought, right, if you're really sincere, what are you agitating for? I don't think that agitating can come into sincerity as far as being, talking about awareness of truth.
Well, they get agitated because Farage isn't talking about him, and I'm like, Farage has got bigger things on his mind than talking about, people who were into Tommy, but he doesn't have to talk about all that. He's got his own thing going on with his own little thing in the background there, with his nice Tiffany blue colours in his hair.
Good laugh, innit? It's a good laugh. It's a good laugh. So I'm going to go back into the chat room because I'm now see it. AJM, thank you so much for tuning in. Coffee Paul, nice to see you in the chat room as well. There's a couple of people in there. But
Jordan Baxter. I've just seen a question from Jordan Baxter about DMT as a portal to communicating with the interdimensional beings.
Yeah.
Stop listening to Joe Rogan, mate. Don't listen to a word that Joe Rogan says, okay? Because Joe Rogan, most of the time while he's saying those things, has got a butt plug stuck up his ass.
Ew.
And he's doing weird things under the table. Okay. Ew. The guy is sick and he shouldn't be watched.
He is, but DMT has got an opening to different dimensions.
But what he's saying about this is the thing, right? If you want to know about DMT, research it. Don't go and listen to
DMT's in everything.
Research DMT, and particularly Terence McKenna. He's a big.
Yeah, don't research off Joe Rogan because Joe Rogan, whatever his name is, because he's as Benjamin Owen.
I wouldn't get Joe Rogan's advice on how to make a cup of coffee.
No.
Right? The guy.
He's from the dark side.
He's not just from the dark side. He was grown in a bloody. It was grown on a big pile of shit out in the back of the garden somewhere. Right? And don't listen to him. That's just my opinion.
No, but that's what people have got to realise, that there's people out there who are being paid to talk about what they talk about and dissing other people's channels. This is happening. And those that shout the loudest, if you're onto the QAnon, as he's always said.
Yeah.
So these people who have jumped, because I've seen people, I'm not going to say the names at the minute, but people who are talking about certain stuff, all of a sudden they jumped and they're dissing these other channels now. They were big on it before. It's because they've been paid off. So all you that have been paid off, hopefully soon you're going to be seen for what you really are. Just for the money. You did it for the money. Brilliant. You did it for the money. You didn't do it for humanity. You've done it for the money.
Yeah. There's a lot of interesting bits as well in the chat room, guys. There's a lot of interesting bits and pieces in the chat room. Someone here has just said, Tommy's just like a lad from the pub in the UK. No big deal. Is it because I flat said that? Jordan Baxter said, I don't agree with the flat earth, but we can be friends. No need to mute me. But what I wanted to say to you, Jordan, I don't particularly agree with the flat earth either. But hear what?
No.
not living on a spinning ball. So what I am definitely against is that we are living on a spinning ball flying through space.
Yeah,
so
we're not saying the Earth is flat.
Yeah.
Can I just put on the end of that? I watched a video the other day. I'll have to find out who the name was, and it was a bit about JFK doing anything, but they were saying he wasn't one of them. Meaning, it basically when they say it's a spiritual warfare, and they say that they say the globalists and we're spinning through space and all this, we just came out of the Big Bang. It doesn't really mean anything. We don't mean anything. On this video, it's brilliant because it said basically what it all boils down to is the Masonic Lodge versus the church. So that is like good versus evil. Whether you believe in a creator or no creator, I believe in a creator.
Hang on, Dolly. That it's not the Freemasons versus the church, because they are kind of one and the same now. The Pope.
No, but they were saying he was saying way back when it was proper Christian, like going for Christian values. Not like what the church is today, because not all churches are doing what they should be doing. They're having a bit of fiddling with the kids and things.
The thing
not
is,
saying it's every church.
I don't think churches have ever been good. I don't think they've ever been what we think that they've been.
No, but I just mean that thing of what it boils down to is you either believe in a creator, or no creator.
We were either created or we weren't. Yes.
I'm not religious, but I believe in the Most High, and we weren't just born out of a big bang. And the Darwin theory, that's a theory. That's in the name. That's a theory. It's either, as they say, dark versus a light, evil versus good. You either believe in a creator or you don't. And I believe the globalist side, they don't believe in that. So they can bring all these perversions in, all this sexualization of kids and all that, because they believe nothing matters. It doesn't matter what you're doing.
See, Dolly, that's not. I don't think that's entirely right. There are people at the top that know exactly what they're bloody doing.
Oh yeah,
and they know that there's a creator. They know there's a creator, and they know that it's possible.
Oh yeah, but they don't want to put out
but then they know it's possible for them to become godlike within this realm.
Yeah.
And our creator's not gonna come in and punish them.
God, aren't they?
But our creator's not. Our creator is not this guy with a white beard who's sat there watching and judging everybody and going, "Oh, look at what they're doing. That's bad," and he's going to punish them for it like that. That's not how this realm works.
No, it isn't.
This realm, right? We are the bosses here.
Yeah.
So that's why these guys are so powerful, because it's all about ego now, isn't it? They've taken this realm was somewhere where we were supposed to be able to. I think personally, sorry, I should put this disclaimer out. I personally think that this realm is somewhere that we were meant to. I think that all of this, absolutely everything that's happened, was meant to happen. I think it's all, not that it was predestined, like we don't have any choice, because we do have free will. Right, and that's the whole point. I think that's the whole point, because we were given free will.
But we've been distracted,
it means that it's taking us thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of years for our consciousness to become, to get to a level where we can bring our ego along with us. Where we humble the ego to realize that this realm isn't all that it is. This is just where the ego exists. That's my thoughts anyway.
Yeah, I know. I believe as well, people are waking up at the right time they were meant to wake up. You're doing it in your own divine time, and you've got to learn it the way you can understand it. Like I said the other day, someone can't give you the test paper because you're not going to learn anything. You're learning it through all your trials and tribulations. Believe it or not, you're learning.
That's why it's important that everybody does this. Every single person. You can't attach yourself to a group and let the group do the work and think that you're going to go along with them, because you're going to find that group ends up in a place that you're not, because you're not going to understand it, and you're going to be like, how come you're all there and I'm here? Well, it's because you didn't do the work yourself. You actually, every single person, you've got to get off your ass, man. Like we were saying, Rox, isn't it? Like Harry said, you've got to get off your ass. Every single one of you has got to get
That's what Harry said.
Do something, man.
John Smith Global, I called it, man. He called it true. He called it true, man. He said, get up off your ass and stand up and speak out. It's not going to happen. from your bed. No one's starting a revolution from their bed.
Yeah, we're not going to do anything as keyboard warriors, man. We're not going to do anything. You've got to actually speak to people. Speak
You've
out.
You've got to go out into your community.
I do it every day.
In your community. Yep. Me too.
Every day.
Need to start the conversation
in real life. Yep. Hey, by the way, look at that. I did it last night at my gig.
Correct.
I finished my gig.
Bring the
I said to the guy,
under the table.
You could see all those 3 islands today, couldn't you? Yeah, man. Yeah.
Sorry, can I just make a disclaimer real quick, guys? I just want to let you know, absolutely everybody I'm walking past and all the cars. I'm walking on the street like this with my laptop, guys. Walking on the road with my laptop. I look like a whole camera crew with my remote. Yeah, good, great. Every car is looking at me like you.
Mate, just go. Yeah, YouTube. What? Fuck you.
So you'd like a badge on YouTuber?
The life of a YouTube maker, content maker.
Know about the satanic worship.
Literally everyone in their car. Everyone in their cars are like, really proper giving me a look.
You should just look, Rocks.
You're right, love.
Just look at them, go, yeah, it's porn, right?
No, do you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to take my phone out my back pocket and have both of them on me. Like I'm vain. Look, I've got this one. I've got
I think we're just doing selfies.
Everyone. Hi. Welcome back to my YouTube channel.
Yeah, that's it. Do it like that. Hold it up higher.
Welcome back to my YouTube channel.
Who's that girl
Where?
that we watched?
What
was that girl?
So
Emma Chamberlain or something that we watched the other day?
So what?
Oh no, we lost.
Right.
Well, this is why people are standing up to the new world order. One world order.
You said we are the news.
We are the news.
Yeah. We are the news. Yeah.
Rock,
right. Like YouTube's going to let us do that. Do you reckon YouTube's going to let people become the news?
Roxy, are you in Spain?
Do you reckon?
Well, this person said so.
I wish.
No, Sam, she's not, mate. She's in England. It does look. It's in fact. Look, I am technically in Spain. I'm in Tenerife, and
look at
your
this.
sky's there.
Come
mate.
to Torquay today.
Look,
come to Torquay.
Better than mine. Hang on,
mate. Torquay's where it's at.
Better than mine, Rox.
Forget it, mate. If you're in London, get in your.
And that's why denying the globe is very important at the minute about the lies, because a lot of people are coming over to it. Roxanne's gone.
Yeah, Roxanne's gone.
And come to Torquay. If you're not doing that, I don't know what you're doing with your life today, man. Like, look at this. Look
how much better your sky is than mine. I'm in Tenerife.
Because I'm here.
Because I'm here. Does that say pure earth, Roxanne?
Yeah, babe, it did.
Can you not put flat?
It so did.
Got some chill.
Thank you.
Next tour is leaving here at 12:15.
Oh, in that?
Not in that one, in this one.
That's
celebrity
walking around with a laptop.
Really? Is it a mystery? Is it a surprise?
It's a mystery tour, yes, but we'll show you all the area. We'll showcase the best bits.
So when did you say that was?
It's past 12 from here. If you look at the bottom in red,
nice.
Just there.
How much is it?
Cheapest in the country as well.
Oh, lovely.
There we go.
All right, perfect. Thank you so much.
Does he know that the globe is a lie?
Well, I'm going to go back and do that. I've got an appointment at 15:15. When did he say?
Oh no! I don't
oh my gosh! Hold on. He said 12:15. Yeah, that's a bit quick. Guys, how am I going to roll up and smoke my spliff before? That's not going to happen. I'm not going to be able to smoke a spliff before 12:15, mate. It's not going to happen. Right, so now my laptop's on the boot of my car, which is quite hot. So that's probably not a good idea, is it?
Well, it is hot, mate. It's a Beamer.
Can I just shout out as well? The old.
You got a German whip there.
You know this will come.
Yeah, man. German whip gang. Sorry, go on, Daddy.
The old Trump and going to Mars business, if people aren't getting it, because he means, come on, NASA, we want to go to Mars, meaning we never went to the moon.
I was going to say, no one didn't go Mars. You know, no one went Mars.
He's talking about Mars,
to the moon. Yeah.
NASA.
I'll tell you what, can I just say something as well, just while we're talking about Q and Trump, right?
Yeah.
This is to the people in the chat room who are not on board the Q train and still think that Trump is a puppet of the deep state, or is still not with us. That's where I was as well. I was firmly not on the Q train. I was on it before. I fell off it because I used to watch Unirock, and and I listened to him, and I fell off the Q train. And the thing is, since this is all about our perception, how we perceive things. That's the most important thing, is how we perceive things. And what I've been doing the whole time is perceiving things badly, that everything's bad, everything's got oh man, that's happened.
That's your perception, Jim.
They're trying to, and it's always my perception has been bad. Since being, since talking with Dolly and Roxanne for the last couple of months, my perception has changed, because it's largely Dolly, because that positivity just kind of.
What are you trying to say? I'm not that positive. You trying to say?
No, Rob.
But it's mainly because of Dolly, yeah. No, let's fucking have it out now, Rob. Let's fucking have it
Jim,
out.
That Q is a waste of time. I don't know how that's shows how Jim does research, because Q has talked about flat Earth. So there you go.
I'm joking, bro.
Get on board.
I'm fucking around, man.
Listen, you know how I feel.
Yeah, but it's your opinion. That's fine.
It's But the thing is, right, since
I've
allowed myself, at first I forced myself, all right? I had to force myself to try to look at things more positively.
I love you, Dolly. Just in the background and getting triggered.
Now I'm finding it a lot easier, right? It's not easy at first to try and force yourself to change your perception of something.
No.
Right, but once you do it,
Trump is another Zionist.
You realise that there are more than one ways to perceive anything. Right? There's always more than one way to perceive something.
Yeah, there is.
If this realm is dependent on your perception or our collective perception of everything, which is, I love it, because this is what.
Yeah, Trump is not one of them. If people, when you're watching mainstream media, you'll see what you think Trump is saying. If you don't follow the Q drops and that, you haven't got a clue about what he's really saying.
Think about this, right?
Why is he giving NASA 4 years to man?
Do you really, really believe that absolutely every single person?
He's not a politician, he's a businessman.
Dolly.
Real talk.
Right? Do you really, really seriously believe that every single person that's trying to control us is malevolent and is doing it for bad reasons? Because I don't.
No, where there's dark, there's light. Where there's dark, there's light, isn't it?
Yeah, there has to be dark to be light. So there is good people.
In the chat, yeah.
I'm talking to the chat room. Do you really believe that absolutely every single person is, out to get us?
Exactly.
Guys,
it's not. That's not the way it is.
Double.
That is the way they want us to believe it.
You lot.
Yeah.
Can you just give me 2 seconds to just run in and check my son? Yeah. Just carry on talking. I'm leaving you.
Yeah, exactly, Double.
Okay. Yeah. That's how they want us to perceive it. They want us to believe that they are in control of absolutely everything, and that we're screwed. There's nothing that we can do. That's what they want us to believe. And that's how they're making everybody perceive what's going on. That we're just screwed. There's nothing. There's no. What on earth can we do?
Yeah, they do. That's why they go on about Trump, because he's a politician. Don't listen to politicians. He's not a politician. He's a businessman. That's why I got asked to come in, because in the war, the Nazis came underground in America, and they came out in corporations, because that's what America is, a business, a corporation. So they needed a businessman to take them down. Simple.
Every nation, right? Nations do not exist. Nations are actually corporations.
Yeah, that's why you have a president of that.
That's why nation,
like you're doing a business.
It's business. This is business, man. Business is brutal
and
heartless. Business is brutal and heartless and has no soul. So they've turned every nation into a business.
If you like Trump,
they're trying to turn every person, every individual into a little business that they can make money off of. You're all little assets to the business.
Well, can I just say something, Rich? People in chat who were waffling on about their perception of it, that's fine. And it's discrediting flat Earth. Really funny that, because guess what brought me to flat Earth again? Guess. It was Q. So
really,
yes. Made me re-look at stuff, because I've researched a lot of.
I didn't know that. I did not know that.
So the people who don't know that in chat, who were waffling on with themselves, I re-looked at it through everything I've been researching about ancient civilization, all this stuff came in. And then, by the way, the Q drops do have flat Earth references in it. So the people who are saying it's distracting, you're wrong. You obviously don't research Q because they are there. But brought me to flat Earth, brought me back to that higher divine being as well.
Dolly is a perfect example of exactly what was intended with the Q thing. That it's to make people think, to go out independently, use your independent critical thinking. Research yourself, use critical thinking, your own discernment, right? All things that we should all have naturally. If you have any sort of intelligence at all. And you've through that they weren't telling you, oh, the Earth is flat. They just said, go and look at something. You went and looked at it, and the truth is plain to see.
Yeah, someone's saying Q is Trump. Q is 10 people, by the way, and some are military. 10 people, 3 are not military, and the rest are military.
Do you know what? It wouldn't surprise me if Q was 12 people. It wouldn't surprise me because 12 is.
Well, they are everyone as well, because you got the QAnons as well, and we'll just see to those people out there about Iran and what the news is saying about Iran and what Trump's saying about Iran and the drone that got shot down. We'll just see what happens there, won't we? Because he's not causing a war, by the way.
Right, so and I want to chime in about Trump and Iran because I've been when that happened. My first thought was, hang on a second, what's going on? I thought,
can't read it Trump was in the news.
But what you say about disinformation is necessary.
No, they're not 12 Trump family members.
There's going to be like Trump is if Trump is who we think he is, he's playing a game. He's playing extremely well, and to play this game, you've got to.
And it is a game.
You got to step both sides of the lines, and he's portraying something to the.
Let me read this
to the cabal. It's not just to the people. It's to the people that he's against. This is a this is a big trick, man. This is a big.
Of course, it is.
What's it called? The
virtual game of chess.
The something shuffle. The Boston Shuffle or something it's called, isn't it? It's
Someone's just asking about the drone, and it says US confirms 130 million high flying drone brought Iranian missiles. I can't read that. I believe that was set up to get the party. What does that say? Something attacked the drone. They attacked a drone. But there was a drone higher up that was getting all the information. They're trying to set off that we're going to war with Iran. We're not. There was no way the US would be flying a drone. That technology so close to foreign enemy support and with the full technology on board. What's it say? Think of it as luring. Think of it as luring out the enemy. Let them shoot down a non-functioning drone. They're not, and then it says, I think this was us exposing more of the cabal operating within Iran. It's not the Iranian people. It's the cabal.
No, it's not the Iranian people, man.
Not the Iranian people.
This is sorry. This is Lurcy. Spell it backwards.
That's why people need to research. Right. Need to research Q.
I'm not gonna say it, but there's a particular involvement in this that is basically doing it. All this is about is gas, and it's about resources, controlling resources, isn't it?
Controlling resources, controlling drugs, controlling.
Well, the Iran thing is about. I think it's largely about. I think it's gas. The Iranian thing is.
Yeah, they say though child trafficking, sex trafficking is actually one of the $1 billion. It's higher than drugs as well.
Well, the thing is,
a lot of things have changed since 1990, Sam, as well.
But the thing is, that's one thing that's never changed. We've always had sickos doing wrong things with kids.
Yeah.
Always. It's always been. And there hasn't just suddenly been some big epidemic of it. It's always been. It's just that now people are seeing it.
Yeah, and they want to talk about it. Because we've been hoodwinked, haven't we? We've been distracted.
We've been totally hoodwinked. That is the exact phrase.
Hoodwinked.
Right? It's right there in the Freemasons. When you go in to do your first degree, you go in with a hoodwink on.
Yeah, they don't know at the bottom.
You're not allowed to see anything because they consider us all to be blind and stupid because we're not Freemasons. That's how the Freemasons look at everybody else who is not a Freemason or is not in a secret society.
They didn't think we'd wake up to the game, did they?
No, I mean, but like I said, I keep having to catch myself and remind myself, whoa, hang on, all of this was necessary. Absolutely every single thing that's happening is necessary if we're going to evolve, if our consciousness is going to evolve to the next state. I think, personally, the next stage of creation is going to be somewhere where our spirit and our ego are back together. Like they're one being. Well,
look at this in chat. No more lies.
And in that case, like the reason that we have to get control of our consciousness here in this realm is things happen slowly here because it's a lot denser. So manifestation, whatever your actions are, they manifest something, and it takes a while for the manifestation to happen. Now manifestations are happening much faster.
They are. It's very high.
So I think it's going to get to the stage where it's going to be an instant thing.
Yeah.
I think we're trying to evolve to the next stage of consciousness where our ego and our spirit, our consciousness,
all about being aware,
are fused as one or something, and we're physical beings that are able to manifest.
Yeah.
Right there.
That's what we are.
Then. Whatever. No, but I'm saying that we're in training
to
be able to actually do it instantly. If we were able to do it instantly right now, we'd destroy ourselves in a
They've known for a very long time. It's like, see this person in here, No More Lies, really good name. Dolly, you aren't the only one that's been researching for years. My research shows politicians are not to be trusted. Yes, we know that. We know there's a lot of people been researching for years. What I'm saying is, when you research the things on cue, you don't have to, and you actually research properly, not what they're.
And also, you have to research with an open mind.
You will see what's really happening. Trump is not a politician; he's a businessman.
You have to research with an open mind.
Yeah, you have to research with an open mind.
You can't research with prejudice. You can't research going in there thinking,
I'm going
to research to specifically. I want to find this thing. Blah, blah, blah. You know, you have to do it with an open mind and go where the
and you'll welcome right down some really deep rabbit holes as well. I mean, people don't know even about what's the thing called, the mixing. I can never say it right. The when they've been branding the kids and the women.
NX.
Yeah, her out. What's that? She was in the Superman series. The girl, the actor, the actress. I know some of you will know because of research.
Alison Mack.
All that stuff, that Pizzagate, people think it's fake when you actually look into it, and the things that are going on with that mixing or whatever it's called, trials, that are going on right now that people don't know about. You all sit there saying it's not real. You research, well, all that sort of stuff is going on. Yeah, it is a rabbit hole, No More Lies, but you've got to come out of them as well.
You can't, like, the thing is, what they want. Like they know that we are all naturally, instinctively investigative, right? Mm-hmm. We want to find stuff out. There are those of us who want to find stuff out. So they cast all these breadcrumbs out all over the place, and they just want everybody running around, disappearing down rabbit holes, and not actually realizing the whole point of it. And the whole point of it is what's happening right now and what we do, what our actions are right now.
Yeah, it doesn't matter what was before.
It doesn't matter what shape the earth is. It doesn't matter where the sun is or how far away it is or any of those things. None of that matters. It doesn't matter what's on Mars. It doesn't matter what's outside of this realm. All that matters, it doesn't matter what happened 10,000 years ago. And it doesn't matter what we think might happen in 10,000 years. If what we're doing now isn't important, right? We've got to. The only way we're going to change the future is to do something now.
Well,
the only way that we can't change what's happened in the past, but we can change our perception of what's happened in the past. But isn't it funny
how the timing's right? Because when people actually go and research about Trump, someone's just said something in chat again. The funny thing is, they loved him when he was on, what was that show he was on, The Apprentice? Loved him when he was a celebrity. As soon as he became president, they hated him. When you look back at Trump, he did some interviews way back. They asked him, even Oprah Winfrey, she's not good, said, would you run for president? No, I'm not. When the timing's right.
Yeah, when the time's right.
Because the timing is right now. Timing's right.
The thing is, right, I think that this has always been on the cards.
It has.
I think that back then, they knew, he knew, Oprah bloody knew. She was trying to get it out of him. Good. He's saying, when the time is right, because he knows the time. This has been...
And then look at Trump, his uncle, Tesla, connected to Tesla.
The only way anything like this can be taking place is if it's been in the works for a really, 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 really long time. And it's a generational thing, man. There's people that set on this path to do this, to totally deceive us, to send us down this path to where we're going now.
Yeah.
They started this hundreds, possibly thousands of years ago. Generations of families dedicated to this, indoctrinating each new member of the family with this, it's like their own little Hollywood movie, man. They've turned this into a little Hollywood movie.
Funny how they're using the saving Israel to last, so we'll just see what happens there, because it's like people don't realise how he's playing the game. When he came over to the UK, Melania was wearing a dress similar to Princess Diana, 2 dresses. They're trolling the media. They can't just come out with certain stuff because they can't do that in the media. He's the foghorn. She's the quiet one. Those dresses were aimed at Princess Diana. They know what went down with Princess Diana. When you see him on the news saying stuff, you don't know what he's really saying. He's given NASA 4 years and said, instead of look at what about Mars, because he knows they never went.
Yeah.
And he's given 4 years NASA. So you might think he sounds like he's saying all these little funny things because you're not understanding of how he's actually coding when he says stuff to the mainstream media, as we all know are fake news. And he has to wear a suit on the world stage because he's a president. He's playing his role. But he's not the role of everyone says a president's a flip side of the coin. This one isn't.
I've like I said, I think the most important thing in this existence while you're living here and while you're living life is the ability to change your perception. And that's one of the biggest gifts that we've got, is our ability to actually change our perception of things. And my perception of Trump has changed.
Yeah.
It took a bit. I had to open my mind, and I had to look at things differently from a different perspective, and actually think about changing my perception. I didn't force myself to do. It wasn't a big effort. It was an effort in so much as my immediate reaction was always the negative one, and then I'd have to remind myself, whoa, hang on, no, think about this, and I think about it and go, oh yeah, that's and it was easy, for my perception to change. Now
everything can't be bad.
Now it's happening.
Everything can't be bad.
And now I'm starting to perceive things better. From the offset, instead of it's still not.
And can I just say, he's not saving us. He's not saving us. He's bringing down little bits that are there so we can break through. We, the people, are going to do it. We, the people.
Stop sitting around waiting for somebody to come and save you.
Exactly, because we're going to save ourselves.
Get up off your ass and save yourself. Why do you have to wait for somebody to come and save you, man? The only reason you'll sit there thinking, "Oh, I need somebody to come and save me," is because that's what you've been indoctrinated
Yeah, and then
to
someone
do.
says in chat here, it's our right as human beings to make up our own minds. Yes, it is. But when you've been, we're not talking about people in chat. We're talking about the sleeping behind who's sitting there front room watching Coronation Street and the celebrities and all that sort of stuff. They've had to help in areas on the world stage to wake these people up. That's why Q is called the Great Awakening, because some people don't research. They just sit in front of the black box.
Something just popped into my mind, actually, that I found out yesterday and I never knew, and I wanted to ask you if you knew about it. I'm sure you do.
5,000
the JFK Memorial.
Yeah, exactly.
The JFK Memorial.
Yeah, it's a queue.
Yeah.
Yeah, we knew
I
about
didn't
that.
know that. It's arranged in a big fucking queue.
Yes.
There's no such thing as coincidence, people.
Well, I'd like to say, Rich, it's all right. People say in the chat they don't like Trump or they don't like Q. That's fine, because I believe everyone's been woken up in different areas of society, and also Q, whether you believe or not, it doesn't matter. The things that they're coming out with, whether you say it's a side or whatever, it doesn't really matter. Is you will see truth in it, and it is a worldwide positive movement. So. All that's dividing again. Oh, it's this, that, and the other. If you actually looked at it properly, you'd realise it's a worldwide positive movement.
And if I like that, I hated Trump last year. I hated him. I thought all the worst things about Trump, and every time I saw his face and that smile,
I did years ago. I didn't like him. I didn't like him.
I hated him, and now. My whole perception of Trump
Gracie,
has changed.
this is a discussion about what we want to talk about. So if you don't like it, get out of chat yourself. Thank you very much.
Yeah, Dolly, this is just what Gracie, this is just what we're talking about right now.
Dividing. It doesn't matter. We're having a discussion. Q talks about flat earth, so we're having a discussion, okay? Don't get me riled on it.
Don't get triggered.
Don't get me riled on it. Don't like it, jump out. We're allowed, because on this channel we're going to be talking about different things. It's not always going to be flat earth, it's different because there are different things involved in the whole thing. We're not just going to get stuck in the same, cycle. Yeah. Thank you very much.
It's all about deception. I think that's what this channel should be about, is about deception. We're really woke from the deception. Well, there's not just one deception. We've been deceived on every single level, about everything, even about your own body. About your own body, you're being deceived about your own body. Yeah. About what you're able to do and what you're not able to do.
Yeah.
We're tricked into believing these things, and as soon as you believe something, it starts to become real.
Yeah. And you know, as much as I do, Rich, is what we believe in behind the veil, let's call it. So there's a lot of people here in chat and out there that, they're onto this, they're onto that, but they don't question what's beyond the veil, as in the spiritual side of things. That because they can't see something doesn't mean it's not going on. We're very into that side of stuff as well. And a lot of people are talking about that. So when people don't understand there's other things going on, as in, let's say, we say, we've already won this, it manifests down in the 3D. There's a lot of other stuff going on behind the scenes people are not understanding because they're too into the fake science that won't look at certain stuff because you have to have facts and measurements, and it's coming from the left brain, the mathematics and that left brain way of thinking. There's also a right brain side of thinking, which is more in some people call it woo-woo, but it's not.
It's logical, and the left is the logical side and the
imaginative sides on that,
the creative and imaginative side, and the logical,
and female and male,
and sensible side. And the whole point, right? We keep
left
or right.
You need to merge together.
White or black, red or blue, woman or male or female, whatever. They've confused it with the genders by saying by creating this whole transgender.
Don't tell people to shut up in chat, Jim.
I am trying to become a balanced human being, which means that although I'm in a male body, I have to try to understand the female perspective.
Yeah.
Which means I have to use the female side of the brain.
And that's not about being gay, people.
And use my, and be in touch with my emotions and my feelings, sensitivity, all of those things, and balance the two. Balance my male ego.
Yeah, because there's duality here.
Right, well, I'm going to smash your face in.
Yeah,
piss me off.
It's about balance.
Right?
Everything's about balance.
Balance that with my more female creative side, and and like there's certain things, there's certain ways that I think about things, and it's not about sex, it's about relationships and stuff like that.
Yeah, they throw a lot of sex out there, don't they?
Really is a female way to think about it. And I don't understand most men in relationships when they cheat on their girlfriend or all that shit. I don't get it, man.
Yeah, but that's put out there. That's put out there on mainstream media, isn't it? Don't you think?
I'm like a woman in that respect.
But don't you think?
It's what I
that's
didn't hear because you were talking over me.
In mainstream media, all the cheating on your partners and all the porn stuff.
Yeah,
like that.
You're being programmed to do that. You're being programmed.
You're being programmed.
We're being told we're being told how to perceive the world.
Yeah.
Right. We're being indoctrinated how to perceive the world on every level.
Everything's about
the shape of the world and what happens within this world.
Yeah.
Everything they're trying to make us believe false.